Hi, in this video we'll talk about array rotations. Array rotation is one of the interview questions which are generally asked. I will categorize it as a simple interview question, and we can perform array rotation in two ways. That is, we can rotate the array in left and we can right rotate the array. In this video we'll also write a code snippet to perform the array rotation, but before that we'll discuss about how this problem can be solved and the algorithm. Let us understand left rotate operation. We have an array with few elements, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 are the elements, and we would like to perform left rotate operation. So when we say left rotate operation, it means the leftmost element will be moved out of the array and all the remaining elements will be moved towards left by one position. So what happens is the resultant array would look something like this. It means that 20 is moved by one position, 30 is moved, 40 is moved, 50 is moved, and on the position of 50, 10 is added. Again, if I perform left rotate operation on this array, I will remove 20 from the array and 30 will be taking the position of 20, 40 will be shifted by 1, 50 will be shifted, 10 also will be shifted, and on this position we'll say 20 has to be added. So the resultant array would look something like this. That is about the left rotate operation. Similarly, we can also have a right rotate operation. In right rotate operation, let's take a same array. And in right rotate operation, the rightmost element is taken out of the array. So in this case, 50 is the rightmost element. It should be taken out of the array. And the remaining elements before 50 should be moved towards right by one position at a time. So what should happen is that when the right rotate operation is performed, the resultant array would look like this. Again, if I right rotate this by one position, then the resultant array would look something like this. We saw what is left rotate and right rotate. Now next, let's take an example and perform this operation step by step to build an algorithm. We'll take a left rotate example, and let's say we have an array. I'm taking the same array and let's call that array as data, and all the elements 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 are stored in the array. So what we'll do here is that first we'll take 10 out of the array. When I say out of the array, basically it means what? We'll copy 10 in some temporary variable. Let's say we have a temporary variable by name temp, and we'll copy 10 in a temp variable. Next, we'll perform the operation of shifting, wherein we would like to shift the elements by one position. So how I am going to do that is, as I said, first we'll copy the data. So this is some program statement we'll write which will copy the data, and next we'll start shifting the elements by one position. So first 20 will be shifted towards left. So the resultant array looks something like this. Then 30 should be shifted towards left. Then 40 should be shifted towards left, and then 50 should be shifted towards left. So once we are done with one iteration of shifting the elements, what we can do is we can copy 10 in the end of the array here. So we'll copy 10, and we can say we performed one iteration and the array is left rotated by one position, and we'll write some program statement like this to copy the data from temp in the array. Let's say if I want to again rotate the array by one more position, so I'll take the same array, and in this case again I'll take 20. I'll copy in a temporary variable. Once I've copied 20 in a temporary variable, I'll start shifting the elements by one position. So first I will move 30, on 20's position. Then I'll move 40, I will move 50, and I'll move 10. And then I can copy 20 in the end of the array. So 20 is copied in the end of the array. Now we'll try to build the algorithm and then we'll implement the logic. So let's say we have an array and we'll require some variables that will help us to iterate the array. So we'll have a counter variable that will count the number of iterations. So if I want to rotate the array by 2, then counter should be incremented 2 times. So position will tell me how many number of times the array has to be rotated, and size is nothing but the size of the array. So we'll have a loop, and this loop tells us how many times the iteration, or I'll say rotation, should happen. And we'll have a loop counter CNT. Next, the first thing what we'll do is the first element will be creating a copy of it. We'll be copying in some temp variable before we actually start the shifting towards left. Then to perform the shifting, we'll again have a loop, and that loop will start from 1. Why? Because I will shift first this element, and then I'll shift this element, and then this, and then 50. So it means what? First we are going to start from here. So I'll say it will start from 1 and it will go till 4, that is less than size. So I'll say we'll have a loop that will start from 1 and it is less than size, and loop will iterate. And in every iteration it will shift the elements. So when I say shift the elements, basically it will just copy the ith element on I minus 1th position. So this is, let's say if it is ith position, then this becomes I minus 1 position. So that will go on in one iteration. Okay, it will shift all the elements, and once this condition fails, means the elements are shifted. And now once the elements are shifted, what is the next thing to be done is that we have already copied 10. So 10 should be moved in the end. And how will I do that is I'll have a statement that will take the temporary variable, and that value will be added in the end of the array. So I'll say end of the array means the 10 will be added somewhere here in the end. And we can say that the array is left shifted by 1 position. If the loop again iterates, then again the same logic will flow for shifting the element by 1 more position. So let me show you an implementation of this algorithm. So I have created a project in Visual Studio and added a program file to it. You can use any other editor of your choice. The algorithm implementation is gonna remain the same. So let me start with the program. So program to left rotate the array, and we'll include the header. We'll declare the variables. Let's say data is our array, and I'll add some variable in the array. I'm adding in the sequence because when we rotate it, we should be able to easily identify the rotation. And we'll declare a variable by name position, and this position variable will accept the value from user, that is number of rotations required. Okay, and we'll have a counter variable which will be initialized to 0, and we'll prompt the user so user will enter the value. Number of left rotations. So I'll get the value in variable. Next, so we'll start the rotation logic from here. So I'll say left rotation logic, and we'll have a loop, as I said earlier when I explained you the algorithm, that will have a loop that will check the condition if counter is less than position. If position is 2, the loop will run 2 times. And every time the loop counter will be incremented by 1. So this is the loop counter. And first thing what we'll do is we'll have a temp variable. So I'll have a temp variable, and in temp variable I'll copy the first element of the array, that is the element at the 0th location. So I'll just comment here saying that copy the leftmost element. So I've copied the leftmost element, and after copying the leftmost element I should have a logic of left shifting the remaining elements. Now how will I left shift the remaining elements? I'll say while. This loop will help me to left shift the remaining elements, but I need to initialize a variable. So I'll say when I start the shifting, it should start from position index 1 should be shifted at index 0. So I'll say we'll have a variable I which will be initialized to 1, and I'll say while I is less than size of the array. So we have not declared the size of the array. So somewhere we'll declare the size of the array as size is a variable, and we can say in this case 10, because there are 10 elements in the array. So I'll declare the size as 10, and in every iteration it should shift the element. So how will it shift the element? As on I minus 1th location it will just copy the data of I, and that's it. And in every iteration it will just increment the counter value by 1. So this logic will take care of shifting the elements, and once the elements are shifted, then we'll copy temp, that is leftmost element saved earlier. So in this step we had that leftmost element, and we'll copy that element in the end. So we'll say data of whatever the array size minus 1 is, that is in the end of the array. I will copy temp variable, and the loop will iterate. So we are done with the logic. What we need to check is after rotations what will be printed. So I can write a for statement. Say I equal to 0, I is less than size, I plus plus, and this loop will be responsible to display the rotated array. So I'll say display the array. So in every iteration it will just display the integer element, that is data of I. So I variable has to be declared. So I'll declare variable I in code. Yeah. So let us build the project and test our code. So right click the project and build it. So program is compiled successfully, and we like to debug the code line by line. So I'll put a breakpoint on main and we'll execute. So the execution starts from main. It goes through declaration, declares the variables, and accepts the value from user. And let's say we would like to rotate it by 2 positions. So now here you can see counter value is 0 and position is 2. Basically this loop is going to run 2 times. Now to view the memory values, we can open the watch window. I'll just delete things, and yeah, we require data, and there are 10 elements in the array. So these are the elements, and let's see how it performs the operation. So, and also we have a temp variable which is not yet declared, and let's see what happens. So the program iterates step by step. So first it is going to copy temp variable. So it takes 1 and it starts shifting the remaining elements. So you can see here that 2 will be shifted, then 3 will be shifted, 4 is shifted, 5 is shifted, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And now the loop terminates and the rotation is completed, but, or I'll say the shifting is completed. Now we just need to copy 1 in the end. So the next step, this step will copy the element. So it will copy the element. Now you can see the element is copied and we can say one rotation is completed. And likewise, if I want to perform one more rotation, same thing. Next time 2 will be taken and all the remaining elements will be shifted by 1. You can see the elements are getting shifted by 1. 6, 7, 8 is shifted, 9 is shifted, and 10 is shifted. And now, as the loop terminates, this 2 variable should be added in the end. So 2 is added in the end. And now the loop should terminate. Now when the loop is terminated, we have the array which is rotated 2 times. And we can simply go ahead and print the array values. So if I just continue the loop and see the elements, you can see here that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1 and 2 because the rotation happened 2 times. And we'll stop the program. So we saw how left rotate operation can be implemented. On the similar lines, we can also implement the right rotate operation. So go ahead and implement left rotate and right rotate for an array. Thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts in comments.